Welcome back, my dear friends. This is Mr. Osama, Muqbil, the English teacher and the self-improvement coach. Today, it's time to hit the prime. It's time to hit the prime. It's time to hit the prime. Today, we are going to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Please don't give me that bad title and then you say that I'm a bad bird killer. I'm not a bad bird killer. I'm a very big lover of birds. But what I mean here is I'm going to achieve 3 goals with 1 simple episode. My dear friends, if you didn't have enough time or that good opportunity to watch the previous videos about the introduction, the body paragraph, and the conclusion, I think that you are super fortunate because I'm going to call these 3 birds with 1 simple episode and explain to you the 3-paragraph essay in a very simple and amusing way. But before I say the ball rolling, my dear friends, I know that sometimes you feel so frustrated, heartbroken, extremely hopeless because you feel that you can't master the writing skill or any other skills. I think that you don't have to offer any lame excuses anymore. You know why? Because now you have all the weapons that help you fight very fiercely and bravely in the face of fear and ignorance. Now, I want you just to remember this rule. If you face anything so complicated, so overwhelming, try just to whittle it down into small pieces and try to take each piece one at a time. This way, you can understand anything you want to deal with regardless of how hard that thing is. Now, let's go to our beautiful, awesome, and great journey that sums up all the 3 episodes I've explained to you recently. Here we have the introduction, the body paragraph, and the conclusion. I want you just to imagine this essay as a very great, developed, and independent nation. And this nation consists of 3 great states. Each state has its own territories, its own troops, its own rulings. And you don't have to mix them all together, although all of these states empower themselves by their union and their unity. In other words, I want you just to know that you don't have to mix them all together because you will sabotage the freedom, the territories, the borders, the rulings, the policies of each state. But surely you have to remember all the time that these 3 states work together and unite their powers just to improve and empower, develop the whole nation, which is the essay. So here you have to bear in mind all the time when you write the introduction, make a good space between the introduction and the body paragraph. Likewise, between the body paragraph and the conclusion. Look at the introduction. This is the beautiful layout of the essay. You have to write the introduction, then a good space, the body paragraph, a good space, and finally the conclusion. Undoubtedly, most people who have a severe and unbearable depression feel lonely and unwanted. In fact, that serious trauma can be mitigated or lessened or mollified or even utterly or completely cured if there are positive friends around. Undeniably, life deals us harsh blows perpetually, yet it grants us priceless gifts that sweeten our life. To have a good friend is one of these gifts. Luckily, I have many great friends, and the thesis statement, my friends, Sam is my best friend ever because of different reasons. If you remember, the thesis statement should be stated in the very end of the introduction so that you can grab the attention of your readers. Number 2, the body paragraph. First of all, Sam is very knowledgeable since he is such an inquisitive reader and he always shares with me invaluable information about different topics. Second of all, he is a humorist. He makes me laugh all the time. He knows well how to cheer me up when I feel upset. last week. This is the example and this is the way how to elaborate your thoughts and make your body paragraph very exciting and very thrilling. I was frustrated extremely. Why? Because I got a low score on the math quiz. What did he do? He kept motivating me and telling me a lot of jokes until he lifted my spirits. Unfortunately here I didn't write a lot of details because I didn't have enough space to write all of the details I wanted to write. So last but not least, he is really helpful as he always stands by me when I get into trouble. The last paragraph here, it's time just to serve some sweets and desserts. Your miraculous touch, your final miraculous magical touch you're going to add to your essay just to finish your beautiful piece of art. To sum up, life can be distressing and overwhelming if you face its hard, if we face its hard circumstances alone. So it is essential to have a reliable and a trustworthy friend who can help you keep your hope alive, enrich your knowledge, and boost your confidence. Fortunately, my friend Sam is magnificent enough to let me feel supported, motivated, and elated all the time. As I told you here, you have just to remember these are 3 secrets. Number 1, you should write at least 3 up to 5 sentences. Number 2, you have to make sure that your conclusion is as catchy as the introduction. And number 3, please, please, please remember that you don't have to repeat the same words you have mentioned before. You have just to restate, to paraphrase the ideas you mentioned previously in the introduction and in the body paragraph. By the end of that video, I want you, my dear friends all over the world, to know that you are now standing on a very strong and very firm, solid foundation. No one can break you. No one can shake your confidence. No one can fracture your bones or just let you feel doubtful about your abilities, skills, talents, and your knowledge. If someone did it, if I did it, surely you can do it maybe more wonderfully and more splendidly. So I want you just to boost your confidence and walk confidently, talk confidently, and exercise confidently so that you can make your miracles come true as soon as possible. And instead of complaining and talking about your trouble all the time and your weakness and your poverty at the writing skill, now I want you just to hold or grab your pencil very thoroughly and try just to make that a great rapport with your pens and pencils and papers, and then stop complaining and just act. Stop complaining and just act. How can you know whether you are improving or not if you are not trying? Try over and 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 over again until the last breath you have. Yes, you can do it. You can do it miraculously if you just believe in yourself and keep practicing all the time with love, passion, enthusiasm, and all kinds of positivity. I wish you a very awesome weekend full of love, passion, enthusiasm, and all kinds of ecstasy. Have a nice weekend. See you next time. Bye-bye.
I feel so good. I feel so close to you.